Hello, class. Today we are going to discuss the turning point of the Civil War, the Battle of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. On July 1, 1863, Confederate General Robert E. Lee's troops made their way to Gettysburg as General A.P. Hill arrived there. When General Hill made it to Gettysburg, he learned that the Union troops had already arrived there the previous day. General Lee got closer to Gettysburg, as did most of the Union troops, so Confederate Generals A.P. Hill and Richard Ewell ran the Union troops back through town to Cemetery Hill. General Lee planned to have Ewell attack Cemetery Hill to gain advantage over the Union troops, or Yankees, but General Ewell refused to attack. By the end of that first day, Union General Winfield Scott Hancock had arrived and expanded his troops along Cemetery Ridge to the hill known as Little Round Top. On the second day, July 2nd, General Lee discovered that the Union troops had built a very strong defensive line. Lee went against his second-in-command, General James Longstreet, and decided to attack the Union troops as they stood. He commanded General Longstreet to attack on the left and General Ewell to attack the right. The men got in line and opened fire at 4 o'clock p.m. The fighting continued for several hours and stretched to a cluster of boulders called Devil's Den and to a peach orchard and wheat field. Luckily for the Union, a regiment from Minnesota helped them gain advantage. However, the Union troops were only able to hold Little Round Top. The peach orchard, wheat field, and Devil's Den were all taken over by the Confederate troops. General Ewell's troops tried to gain advantage by heading to Culp's Hill and East Cemetery Hill, but the Union troops stopped their attack. On the third day, July 3rd, the Union troops kept the Confederates from attacking them at Culp's Hill. Lee thought he was on the verge of winning the battle and sent 3 divisions to the center of Cemetery Ridge. Confederate General George Pickett led his division in a 3/4-mile march toward Union troops in an open field. The Union troops hid behind stone walls and fired at the Confederate troops marching toward them. Pickett lost the majority of his men, and General Lee and Longstreet hurried back to their defensive line. The following day, July 4th, General Lee expected the Union troops to attack, but they never did. That night, Lee withdrew his army from Gettysburg and headed back to Virginia. The Battle of Gettysburg is known as one of the bloodiest battles in the Civil War, where 51,112 total casualties are said to have occurred.